also has really nice front line for this Aphelios to set up, right? Like, we see a lot of potential for the rest of his team to kind of be setting up Masu this Thresh pick, and with Cryogen and Masu looking really well coordinated with each other in that first game.
Okay, Seos and B-Voy losing a little bit of HP here. Cryogen and Masu want to play this so aggressively, but as the minions are just now really colliding for the first time here in the lanes, we are waiting for Kangas, who's standing by for an interview with Griffin's brother. Hold on 1 second. That interview's coming up right after first blood, because FlyQuest gets paid. Masu's got the first kill. Kangas not planning on needing that one to join any sort of a fight here soon. About halfway through the teleport timer for him, as well as Griffin is going to be in some danger. Immediately jumped on by Shopify Rebellion, but they don't have the burst. Seismic shove back the other way as Contracts is low. Griffin flashes away. B-Boy over the wall here with the Valk as Zinni is down to 40% HP. FlyQuest looking for more. They want the enemy rise, but they can't quite find him. Masu tags B-Boy with the Gravitum, and they lock up the Corki. Flash over the wall keeps him alive. Seos in some danger. Flayed right back into the unraveled earth, and Quad picks up another one. FlyQuest have a 3-1 game.
Nicely
Significantly less threat for his plays.
Yeah, and this should be able to set up Dragon for Shopify. I was wondering, okay, when we see these mid laners roam, right, Quad joining that river fight previously, Zinni using the Realm Warp to get onto Griffin, keep him down, and then be able to...
Counter pick here, instead of first pick, starts to feel like, all right, what did we really get done?
All right, Griffin's going in, immediately stuns up Zinni. There is your seismic shove into the unravel.
Whoa!
It's a textbook play in the mid lane, and bottom side, the 2v2 is a dub for FlyQuest as well. 5-1 game now as Shopify falls flat in 2 separate lanes at the same time. And Cryogen threads the needle there with a death sentence. Masu is going to need a little bit more damage to finish off the kill, and the single auto attack will do it. FlyQuest styling on him. About to spawn here in 15 seconds. Mid lane and bottom lane quests are completed for FlyQuest. They are not for Shopify Rebellion. Pretty big difference in power there, as FlyQuest have to be a little bit mindful of Quad's position. Seos does hit him up there with that ulti, but no, it's Seos' Nico in trouble as Griffin goes forward and he finds the kill. Jumps back over the wall there with the lantern, staying alive for now. Shopify trying to escape. Fudge knocked back with the seismic shove. Zinni's your next target. He goes with the blast cone, clears the wall. Nice placement on that one, but still, it's only a consolation prize. They've already lost their support, and the control over the bot side river belongs to Fly. Quad still looking for a little bit more. Wants seismic shove, won't find it. Decimating smash prevents the counterattack from Shopify, and FlyQuest continues looking for any more opportunities. They're already 3,500 gold ahead, and they
early, with his team, with that Talia wall, as they're going to look to get on Fudge.
Yeah, Fudge has got to be careful here. Does manage to clear a little bit further. Death Sentence does not hit the Gnar. Masu has Gravitum, but he's got to be a bit careful as Contract shows up and the wind becomes lightning, doesn't find the right target. Griffin is going to be left for dead. Pop Blossom from Seos hits Cryogen, but there's no additional damage. Griffin the only casualty so far. The minion wave has crashed into the tier 1 turret. FlyQuest wants to try to get away. Masu surely knows he's dead here, but a beautiful Death Sentence means he doesn't die alone. Cryogen will fall, and honestly, big punish coming out of Shopify there in a 3-for-1.
Yeah, and just as we were praising FlyQuest for being kind of aggressive within reason, they
from Shopify coming in, Masu needs to kite away from them, but if he kites too far back, he's getting hit by the tower, so it's kind of just an impossible to play fight. They almost burst down Contracts. He flashes away from Masu's ulti, but we're back fighting again.
Yeah, we're already back to live. It was flash from Griffin, flash from Zinni, and there's enough damage left on the volley bear to finish the kill on the rise. 30 seconds.
It's super valuable against champions like the Xin, like the Gnar, who, you know, are going to have trouble actually getting through the Thresh, right? You're trying to get in onto this guy.
Confident in their ability to just say, if it's a fight on even terms, we win.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's so tough for all of these kind of shorter range champions to be able to find those entrants into fights.
Okay, immediate ulti coming out from Griffin here with a seismic shove on Contracts, knocks him back into the team. You want to take a free dragon, kill the enemy jungler. Contracts is going to respawn just in time for that timer, but he'll be trapped in the base. Zinni's dead here too, and things just aren't getting any better.
Fight you. They're not giving him any room to breathe, as you said. Just constantly in their face, non-stop forcing fights here. You know, Fudge wants to play like a slow game through side lanes and whittle down towers. You are not getting a chance, and if they catch you, your Rylai's slowed and you are not getting away either.
All right, Dragon is the target here for Shopify, trying to get anything they can in a game that is getting further and further away from their grasp. But FlyQuest have brought the whole party here too. Fudge running low on the Gnar bar as Cryogen's the target for B-Boy, but he's not low enough health to try to burst him down. Mountain Drake claimed by Shopify. Big move there from Contracts, hitting the smite. But can FlyQuest find anything afterwards? It doesn't quite look like it. They're going to walk away. So chalk that one up as a win for the Rebellion.
Yeah, I feel like Cryogen was really out of position there. You know, you're not playing Alistar. You're not a flanking champion, right? You need to kind of be with the team to step forward and have that threat of the hook to create space for your team. So being on the wrong side, I think B-Boy plays that well, and an ult that does AoE damage and can get back to you lane faster, and a passive that also lets you get experience and clear up the wave even if you die. So Fudge now maybe gonna get chased down.
Yeah, the decimating smash knocks him up into the air, even though Griffin got knocked away there by the Mega Gnar ulti. The Volley Bear is right back in business with a point-and-click stun. Decimating smash on top of it makes it all too easy to land every other
so frequently. They've actually been playing out this mid game pretty patiently, really trying to set up their side lanes, getting picks when they can in them, and that's set up for this completely uncontested Drake, and now they're on Soul Point.
Yeah, and I'm just really concerned. So they had to spend so many of those tools, and 4 are still available on the other side. They're just going to go right back to the Bear and give them no time at all.
And this is something I was talking about earlier with the lack of teleports in this game. It's much harder for Zinni to get in here. He has Realm Warp to try to close the distance if he can. Seo's still on the flank. Fudge and B-Boy looking for the opportunity, but Fudge has no Gnar bar. He has to fight as many Gnar if they want to go in. Contracts being chased back away by Griffin as the Baron will partially reset. Griffin's over the wall, nearly kills Contracts, instantly goes on a killing spree, right back over to grab his Eve off. And Griffin is beast mode on the Volley Bear. A double kill as he knocks down B-Boy. The Bear is there and he just don't care. Griffin will finally fall, but it's a good death.
Oh my God, Griffin just straight up like 1v2'd them there, man. They pull off the Baron, he just goes for the fight, knocks down Contracts, and then takes even more. The team won't stop.
They are not done yet. A rampage for Quad as Seos cannot escape the fallout of the fight. Zinni continues pushing up the mid lane here, but he's greeted by Masu, who does have purple gun. Nobody else around on the FlyQuest side means Zinni is just...
That's why he instant flash back over the wall, because the E was coming down. So he flashes back into the Sky Splitter, gets the shield, is able to keep that fully stacked lethal tempo up, and just knocks down another one. And that is the power of the Dusk and Dawn. This item is ridiculously powerful in the right hands, and that is clone after clone.
Good catch there from Cryogen, finds Seos, and that is the real Nico. Trying to get away, not gonna happen. Quad is unstoppable, and that Sky Splitter that you're talking about, Azale, that is the difference between getting the second kill and not. It was such a small amount of HP, Sky Splitter more than accounts for that. As now with the enemy support dead, one of those huge, big engage mechanisms, there's no way for Shopify to approach the Baron, and that's Baron going the way of FlyQuest, as Shopify are gonna try to take the consolation prize of the Drake. This will set them to Soul Point, but now they've got to weather the Baron storm for the next 3 minutes.
I just love how
we're doing it.
After that duel that he had, he's like, you know what? I will build Navori.
Will he even get to it before they close out this game?
He is looking fearsome, though. What a great debut so far for Griffin. Had a slower start in game 1, but ended up being huge for them throughout the later stages. And in this second game, he has been massive. You know, Zinni is trying to split push, trying to get something going, but I just feel like they don't care at all.
Yeah, we've got everybody from FlyQuest minus Gakgos pushing up this mid lane. That inhibitor gets claimed. Gakgos is over in mid, getting the second lane primed and ready to go for the push to rotate over right after. Fudge is going to try to stop this one as FlyQuest decide they are not going to continue full pressing on this. They're going to reset. They're going to
force fights. That is what we are going to do. Quick plays are now done, so Griffin wants to fight anyone on the map. You pretty much don't lose 1v1s as long as you can hit. Actualizer is done for Zinni, so that is a pretty big spike if you can find that perfect combo with that item active.
Yeah, Actualizer is pretty nutty on Rise. You can get over 6,000 mana with this ridiculous thing. You have 2 tier items alongside it, but it's still a very, very uphill battle for the Shopify side. Down over 5,000 gold. At least they do have Soul Point. I feel like if maybe they can hold out and somehow secure the Mountain Soul, that's pretty much the only chance they've got here. But FlyQuest have just been been playing much more of a coordinated game. Masu staying safe there. Pulled back to safety. Shopify Rebellion will defend the mid lane inhibitor, but not the turret that protects it.
But yeah, they still lost the top one, but at least it won't be those 2 inhibs down for when you're having to deal with that on the other side of the map.
Okay, could be a catch here. Quad knocked up into the air by the 3 Talon strike. Flash over the seismic shove from Contracts. A stasis from Quad to buy an extra moment, but he is shut down. That's 1,000 gold in the Xin Zhao's pocket. Wind becomes lightning, and Griffin is the next target. Fudge with the Mega Gnar into the wall, and now they're going to take Griffin out as well, but Zinni dies in trade. FlyQuest brings in the reinforcements, but Shopify still get a 2-for-1.
Yeah, and Seos and Bevo are here. If they overchase, they can actually walk right into this Nico. We'll see.
And there's Masu. He's caught immediately. The burst is down, and there goes the 80 carry from FlyQuest. Massive mistakes at a massive moment, and with 20 seconds.
They get the catch on the Quad.
I mean, I just think Quad was playing with fire here. Like, what was he doing? He saw them in his face, and he just kind of stayed around for so long. Gives over that 1K. Everyone gets pulled in. Griffin is...
Or are they going to risk a flip? Seo's coming around for the flank. Contracts in the middle of everybody, but where's the follow-up? Pop Blossom. Shopify got to be careful now as FlyQuest continue to defend. B-Boy firing off some rockets. Quad goes over the wall. The Weaver's wall trying to create some chaos. Fudge is locked up. The Mega Gnar transforms just in time, but he should still die here. Another rock is thrown, and Fudge is gone. A kill for Masu as Zinni drops, and Shopify Rebellion are now caught on the wrong side of the map. It's Contracts, Seos, and B-Boy in a 3v5. They're going to need some kind of miracle here as they
Masu's going mid
towards the enemy turret. Masu's going to go mid because these death timers will be delayed. The rest of FlyQuest is confident in their ability to 4v3. There's still 40 seconds on both dead players for the Rebellion, and now the remaining 3 will try to re-engage onto Griffin. Plenty of damage here as B-Boy's first to die. Resurrection comes through on Contracts, and Seos is going to drop next. Contracts can't get away, and Masu's position in the enemy base sets FlyQuest up for the win. Masu will do plenty of work. Gakos is going to show up with the TP to help him, and FlyQuest, recognizing their chance, will stop any Shopify hope, and the new FlyQuest rebuild starts 2026 with a 2-0 win.
What are you talking about rebuild? They're already on one. They're already here.